Zach is back with a Netflix original review. If you guys haven't figured it out already by the thumbnail, this is a special treat for you guys. El Camino is the movie version of Breaking Bad, and what it does is it ties up a lot of the loose ends that happened in Jesse Pinkman's storyline in Breaking Bad. So before you actually watch this movie, if you haven't actually seen Breaking Bad, this movie's probably not gonna mean anything to you. A lot of the characters and story arcs that's already happened in Breaking Bad kind of flow over into this movie. So if you haven't actually seen Breaking Bad, you're just not going to get what's going on, and you're not really going to get the full scope and weight of what's actually happening in the film. In Breaking Bad, they kind of leave Jesse's storyline kind of to interpretation. You don't really know what happens to him at the end of the Breaking Bad story. You know, after Walter saves Jesse in Breaking Bad, he just kind of escapes, and that's all you really know and see of him from now on. You kind of have to just leave it up to your imagination of what's actually happening to him. If he escapes, if he gets caught by the police, you don't really know. You just gotta think good thoughts and use your imagination and hope that he has a good life afterwards. And El Camino kind of helps solidify where Jesse actually went later, which I'm actually completely fine with, because I really did like Jesse as a character. He actually has probably the most change in character in the show. Maybe, it's comparable to Walter. They changed a lot over the Breaking Bad story. But I've always wanted to see Jesse have a good ending, because he went through a lot of shit in Breaking Bad. Like, he's a pretty morally good person, too. So the fact that he kind of has, like, an interpretation ending and you don't really know what happens to him kind of bothered me. I kind of wanted for him to have a good ending, like a kind of happily ever after. I know that doesn't really happen in real life a lot of the times, but I wanted to see that for Jesse, especially after all the things that he went through. So I wanted to see Jesse have a good ending, like a heartfelt ending, but I also had kind of concerns about this movie. El Camino could have been 100% a cash grab for Netflix, and they could have actually tainted the ending of Breaking Bad, which has one of the best endings I've seen in a long-running show. So I was really skeptical when coming into this movie. I was like, I really, really hope they don't F up the ending of Breaking Bad, because that was such a good, clean ending. But be rest assured, this movie does not ruin anything in Breaking Bad at all, so you don't have to worry about that. What this movie actually feels like is cut content from the Breaking Bad story. It's almost like they wanted to do more with Jesse, but they end up not doing it. Reason being is I think they just didn't want to detract from Walter White's ending in the story of Breaking Bad, because to be honest with you, he is the main character in Breaking Bad. Jesse is a main character, but the actual story is really revolved around Walter White and his family and his ordeal. So it's almost like if they would have added a lot of the ending kind of spark to Jesse, it would detract away from the ending of Walter White's story, which I think that's why they probably wouldn't have had a lot of ending content for Jesse. But now we have El Camino, so it actually gives you more ending content for Jesse, and I like Jesse as a character. I wanted to see more. My favorite thing about El Camino is it actually doesn't feel out of place in the story or in the grand narrative of Breaking Bad. It just feels like a little additional add-on or DLC like from a video game. El Camino as a movie, this is where my opinion comes in, is actually very entertaining. It has a goal, and it sticks to that goal. It doesn't run off track. It stays exactly where it needs to be, and it's a goal, I guess you could say, that was kind of spawned from Breaking Bad. So there is a connection between the movie and Breaking Bad, which is good. What I really like about this movie is that it shows flashbacks of early days of Jesse. You know, Mr. Drug Dealer, cool guy that used to peddle crystal meth out in the streets, and he'd always call everyone bitch. He'd go, bitch, for everything. And then they show him now, where after he's been beaten down, broken down by life, and all the things that he's gone through, and they're not even the same character. And it's almost like an homage to back when Walter White, had those flashbacks in the later seasons of Breaking Bad, where he had a full head of hair, he's Mr. Gee golly gosh, science teacher, chemist teacher, or whatever. Well, then they show him later where he's like this kingpin of meth and he's killing people and things like that. They do the same thing with Jesse in this movie, and I like that because I really like seeing the strong swing of character development that they did in this show. Before Jesse was like just a complete idiot and he doesn't know what he's doing half the time, and then now he actually knows what the world is like, and you know, how this drug business is, and he just wants to get out of it. You know, it's just, I like that character development, and I like how they kind of showed the contrast between his old character and this character in the movie. It's great. So I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but basically, this movie hits all the right notes for Breaking Bad fans. Like, no one's gonna hate this movie at all if you're a Breaking Bad fan. And you're gonna need to have watched Breaking Bad to really thoroughly enjoy this movie. You're just not gonna get what's going on. The best way I can describe this movie is it's basically a dessert after the entree that was Breaking Bad. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't really need the dessert, but you want it because it's damn good, and you just like the whole meal in general. So that's kind of how I think of it. It's a dessert for the ending of the entree Breaking Bad. You're gonna like it if you've liked Breaking Bad. It's just great. It's just a good little ending to a series that was beloved by almost everybody, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm gonna give this movie, El Camino, an A. The only reason I'm giving this an A and not like a higher score is just because you don't really need to watch this movie. It's just a good add-on to something that was already great. And it doesn't take away from anything that was in Breaking Bad to begin with. So if you like Breaking Bad, you're going to love this movie. And that's all there is to it, really. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe and do all of that YouTube business. Click the little bell for notifications if you want to watch more of my content. And until next time, you guys, see ya!